please subscribe if you're watching these videos for the love of all that is unholy. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below. So now, little Kiss news segment. We'll wiggle it in here.
Yeah. So Kiss just announced, or KOL just announced that they're going to do an off the soundboard from an Asylum era tour, which I'm excited about. I went to the Asylum tour in Charlotte. I love the stage. I love that the non-makeup era is getting some love, that Bruce is getting some love.
Shout out to Bruce
And
Kulick.
Bruce Kulick. I do not like the fact that they're offering it only as a bundle, that you got to pay $100 and get a crappy shirt.
No CD.
No CD.
Nope.
No, right now, no black vinyl. So it looks like no retail. No retail. But I'm still thinking about pulling the trigger on the bundle because of the Love Gun. Yeah. Because I want the poster and I do want that vinyl. And the shirt, I'll hang it in the closet and wear it every once in a while or whatever. I mean, the shirt's not horrible. At least it's not cringy like
the other shirts that
just
are out
it's just
with
got Jean and Paul on it. And
So bad.
yeah, and I think what it turned out to be is I initially thought it was like a licensing thing because you have to have a licensing to put somebody's likeness. But from what I can tell, I saw a post from Bruce that looks like Bruce is like, hey, I don't know what the disconnect was. The miscommunication was on me not, my image not being on the merch, but maybe we can work it out. So to me, it's almost like I don't even know if Bruce was even asked.
That's
or maybe
what I think.
If even Eric's estate, if his sister was even asked, if they weren't, that's just, I mean, that's a big pass on those two shirts for me, with just the one that's just got the top part of Asylum on it,
You're right.
or the ones that's just got Jean and Paul on it. I mean,
Which I would have wanted that one with them actually on it.
Yeah.
Had it been all four.
Had it been all four, the back cover, had it been all four, it would have been, baseball shirt. It would have been cool. But
it's fun. It's funny that this has come up now, which, like you, I'm excited for an Asylum off the soundboard, because that was my parents saw them together almost exactly a year before I was born. Wow. At the Meadowlands, and so I have that as a bootleg, but I would like an official Soundboard Asylum tour concert.
Oh yeah.
It's funny that they're doing the likeness thing, because it's clearly the what do you call it? Like the company that like makes the shirts. What is it? Bravado or something like that?
Yeah, Bravado.
So about a year or two ago, I was trying to find a Kiss shirt for my wife, just because she always likes, to wear my shirts and everything. So I wanted to find a cool Kiss shirt. And I thought it would be cool to get her a non-makeup shirt if I could find one. And they had one and it was basically that same picture of the back cover on Forever 21, but it was just Jean and Paul.
Oh, wow.
And even for her, I was like, no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's right. So you can put out an album of a concert that they played on, promoting an album that they all played on, but you can't even, I mean, I don't know if they asked. Maybe they did. Maybe they wanted too much. I doubt it. Because
Eric and Bruce appear on the cover of the album, but that's different licensing than the merch.
Right.
Because there's also some trading cards that they put, they have the thing that they always do. They've got to where they just put out, you're usually always going to get a button, and you're usually always going to get guitar picks.
Yeah, which have the makeup on the back.
Yeah, why didn't they replicate, like Rick had a good idea in a chat that we're in. Why didn't they replicate the guitar picks but put a date on it?
Yeah. Something.
Because that would have been a cool thing to do. If I remember, those guitar picks from that show were white with Kiss in gold on one side and an autograph in gold on the back side. They could have done that and put 2025 on it and kept away the scout, the counterfeiters. But I looked at the merch and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not interested. The shirts, at least the one shirt that they're selling with the bundle, just has like the whatever the head. What kind of animal is it? A cow or a steer head.
Yeah.
And that red, white, and blue scheme to it, and the album's red, white, and blue, so it kind of goes along with that theme. At least that makes sense to me. But
And it's got the guitar and the bass cross, right?
Yeah. I'm just mostly excited about. I want to see another beef I have with KOL and with on their website. And I know we got a relaunch coming sometime in March. I don't know exactly when that is. There's supposed to be a relaunch, redesign, but they don't give us enough details about the album. This is a triple album. It's a gatefold. I've not seen any pictures about what the back looks like. I've not seen anything about what the gatefold looks like.
Right.
And some people like to be surprised, and some people don't. I'm one of those people that I don't. I like to know
the back
what I'm buying.
The back is a cover is a concert shot. I did see that today.
Okay.
And the front actually has a cover for this. So that's the first, this is the first off the soundboard that it actually has.
And the cool thing that I like, if they continue, and they probably are, because this is the direction they're going to go, it reminds me of when you were a kid, or at least when I was a kid in high school, and you had either a trapper keeper or you had a binder, like a cardboard binder, a heavy stock binder. You'd go into your magazines and you would cut out. You wasn't cutting out entire pictures. You'd go in and take your scissors and cut around, and then you would put them down into your trapper keeper, or you would paste them to the binder, and you did it in that fashion that it looks like on the cover, where they just kind of took this and took this and took this and just kind of pasted it all together, almost like a scrapbook type. And I do like that. Some people don't like that they kept it with the plain cardboard color, that they didn't colorize it. I kind of like that they didn't. I like that they kind of kept a little bit of element of the old off the soundboard and added this, and they kept the same logo for off the soundboard. So I like that. I like that they've mixed the two together.
Yeah, it looks like an old newspaper, like you cut out, or an old magazine, like you said, black and white. It looks vintage. It looks cool. I like the art.
Yeah.
I do not like, and I will not buy a bundle. I'm putting my foot down. I'm not gonna do it. I still haven't bought Hot in the Shade, and I need that record for my collection, but I'm not buying a bundle. And they did just put out the first Kiss album by itself, the 50th anniversary.
Yeah. I'm going to buy the bundle, because I'm not going to leave it up to the scalpers. I'm not going to leave it up to the scalpers on eBay to then to designate or to determine what I pay for the vinyl by itself.
Yeah.
And I do want the vinyl, and I do want the poster. So if I wait until somebody tries to buy those bundles and split them up and send them out, I'm probably not going to get I'm probably not going to get it for the price I want to pay. So,
which is what we see a lot on Kiss Facebook groups, is people will sell either just the vinyl or just the shirt or just a poster or whatever. They will split it up. And when you add it up, if you see the same person selling each individual thing, you're like, wait a second, I see what you're doing here.
Yep. They're chopping the bundles.
Yeah.
Selling the bundle as individuals for what it worth and what it was more as a whole.
Who else would do that with the merch? There's all kinds of bands out there where people have died or not in a band anymore. Or the band is like 1/5 of the original members, and who else but Kiss?
Yeah.
Would think of something like that.
Well, I was talking to Rob from Right Between the Eyes, and he just went to see Dream Theater, and hopefully he's okay with me saying this, but he just went to see Dream Theater, and we were talking, and he, if I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, he got a meet and greet and bought a whole bunch of merch while he was there, and even got some of it signed. And he told me that all in all, he spent, for everything that he spent out of pocket $225.
Wow.
That's what it should be.
and got a meet and greet with a
That's
photo with the band.
awesome. And
Yeah.
Dream Theater is not just some local bar band. I mean, they're a
Right.
major act.
I would think, yeah.
So he always compares whenever we're talking, and also on his channel and on his Facebook, he always compares about what Dream Theater does with like their box sets and their stuff versus
Right.
what Kiss does and how much Kiss charges versus what Dream Theater charges. You know, it's insane.
You could pay $225 for that, or pay 12 grand to be Gene's bitch for a day.
Right.
I was gonna say, and in other
about that.
news,
Yeah, in other news, yeah,
Like what?
Gene is the ultimate businessman because he
Right.
is actually proposing that you come work for him for a day and you pay him.
Pay him to work. Yeah. Someone will do it. If
Oh,
one
yeah.
person does it,
Yes.
if one person does it, that's that's all he needed.
Somebody will do it. Yep.
Somebody will do it. Yep. And he'll be like, told you.
you basically pay $12,000, almost $13,000, whatever it is, to meet him. Probably that's about it. You'll probably have a 10-15 minute interaction if you're lucky.
If
And then
that.
you'll work for him, and you might get some catering. So that's nice.
Yep.
Which will
Yeah.
probably be like chicken breast, green beans, and mashed potatoes.
Right.
Congratulations. You
Like
just
it, yeah.
paid $13,000 for a meal.
You know, and
Father Gene blessed them.
if somebody has the money to do that, and that's their money, that's their prerogative.
your money.
Oh yeah, for
Their
sure.
money.
But
If
it's
I
like,
had it, I probably would do it.
it's like, damn. It's like,
But I just couldn't imagine having $13,000 to just piss away
Yeah.
for anybody.
to work.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Classic Gene.
That's Gene for you. He does not care
Yeah.
what anybody's going to think or say about it. He just don't care.
Yep.
He sleeps great at night. I bet.
Oh yeah, not a care in the world. In other Kiss related news, we talked about this. I don't remember which episode, but we brought it up about John 5 opening a Kiss museum. And what does he do?
Yeah, but it's a Kiss museum.
He opens a Kiss museum, and it's only a short little limited run because I'm sure, he's all over the place. So that's just when he's in town or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it, 500 a person, 600 a person, something like that?
Something like that.
And you get to go and see all of his stuff, and then you don't take pictures or anything like that, but there's a professional photographer on site to take all the pictures you want. And then at the end, you play pinball with John 5 on one of the 2 Kiss pinball machines, which is awesome. That's an awesome experience.
Yep.
And to see like a lot of like one of a kind shit. I mean, $500 is nothing.
Yeah. I would hope that if John was going to do that at $500 a person, if he does that, that it is an experience that truly lives up to what's advertised.
Mhm.
And it doesn't end up being like a cattle call where you're just being cattled through it. To me, I mean, $500 is a lot of money, but when it comes to something like that, it's not really a lot of money. But I would think that for $500, what ideally I would want is coming in, being able to walk through it, like having a certain amount of time. But you walk
I believe
through
he
it,
said it's up to 2 hours.
but you're the only person in there.
Yeah.
And then when you get done, you play with with John 5. Play pinball with John 5.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
think it's
clarify that.
6 people.
6 people at a time.
Yeah.
And 6 people at a time isn't insane.
And you get 2 hours.
Yeah, and you get 2 hours. So yeah, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah,
not
and
bad.
he did say you could touch stuff. You can hold the Gene Simmons Hotter Than Hell costume. Like, I don't know, man. Stuff that I've looked at in magazines and videos and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty badass.
Pretty crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
If I had the time, the patience, and the money at that time of the year,
You got to travel there too. Where's that at?
LA.
LA, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
that
right there, man. That's an expense right there.
Mm-hmm.
And what about so last little bit of Kiss news before we get started. What about I think one of the things that is cool that Kiss is doing is the walking tour of the Dress to Kill photo shoot area.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Oh yeah.
Where so you'll basically have, like, when you go into a museum, you'll have a thing that you'll listen to, and it's Gene and Paul, and they're
Oh,
talking about it. And I think that's cool. Going on a
Yeah.
guided tour and finding out about history, about
Well, and it's
an area.
online too, not just in person. You can listen
Right.
to it online as well.
And I
And it's
think,
free.
to me, we've always speculated about, well, okay, we know what's going to happen this year. We know we're going to get era specific, era centered off the soundboards. We've already got our first ones, which actually surprised me that we've got one this soon. And then we know that we're getting 2 box sets. Everybody's pretty much in agreement that one of those box sets is going to be alive later on in the year.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about, well, what is the first one going to be? And Dress to Kill, to me, it seems like Dress to Kill is the no-brainer to be the first one.
Yeah.
But it also seems that if they were going to do it, they'd get on with it, because
Yeah.
it's the month of March.
Because it was released on the 17th, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you never
So
know, they may release
they'll drop it on
they
St.
may
Patty's
they may
Day.
drop the selling of it on, because it kind of leads me, the whole thing that they're doing with the Dress to Kill experience with downtown, in downtown New York, kind of leads me to believe it's almost like a build up to, hey, and then boom, here we're going to drop this box set. So
I think you're onto something there. I think we'll get the new Kiss Online, the box set for Dress to Kill, and the audio tour all drop on St. Patrick's Day, which is next Friday.
yeah, well, we'll
I
see. We'll know. We'll be
Monday.
able to look back in our next video and see what we were right about.
Yeah. And as far as the one more thing on the Asylum thing, it is the 40th anniversary of Asylum this year, so that's kind of their way of maybe tipping their hat to that, because all Kiss fans have always wanted Asylum era
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
we're getting that. So I'm gonna say we can knock Asylum box set off.
Yeah.
Maybe they save that for 50.
And it's possible it could be unmasked too.
That's true. 45th.
Because I saw in a KISS group where somebody who lives in Australia, it's in the Kiss My Wax, where Nicholas Buckland said that he had been requested to send some stuff from his collection. He lives in Australia.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? And some people's like, well, Unmasked is a very unlikely box set, but Kiss also does some very unlikely things sometimes.
But we could also be getting an official release of the Sydney show or something.
Yeah,
off the soundboard. And
Could
maybe
be.
they want some of his stuff to be
That would be
featured
so
on the
great.
gatefold.
I would take that. I would take that over a box set of Unmasked. I would take that.
Because what did we get on the 2001 box set? I think we got the You're All I Want demo. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean that's basically what you would get, because I don't know how much songs they had in the can around that time, because it was almost kind of like they were scraping at that point.
Yeah, but they may make it not. It may not be so much about demos. It may be about, you never know what they've got. They might have working tracks, like they did multiple takes, like they did for Creatures. There were so many of that multiple takes stuff.
There's a lot of Elvis box sets like that
on the Creatures.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Yeah. That, man, I wish we could get like an Iron Maiden Kiss collaboration where we get a full show when Maiden open for them on that tour. Because, man, I was looking at one of the posters, and it's, Kiss Unmasked Tour, and it says special guest Iron Maiden, and I was like, oh, I kind of want that.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty pricey, but it was an original. So, I mean, it's definitely worth it, but if you're willing to pay it. Anything is worth anything if you're willing to pay the price.
Yeah, I have a hard time paying anything for, like, it's bottom line, it's paper.
Yeah.
There's a lot of horror.
At the end of the day, it's always disposable.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot of
just hope
horror
I
movie
just hope
quotes.
when it comes to the box sets that they include I know they're not right now not including a CD option with all the soundboards, but I hope they do with the box sets like they did before. I don't even care if they do like they did with both Creatures and Destroyer, where they released the CDs first and then a little later on release the vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine if they do that. I would like to have the option where you could buy either one the day of the release, but and I hope the prices don't change too much.
Well, just like the bundle with the off the soundboard, and then we'll move on. We talked about in our group chat, you know, every other band that comes out with stuff like this, there's always multiple options. Like I was just looking because Billy Idol's about to release a new album, and I'm gonna get that, but there's two different signed versions. There's just a regular version, there's a regular colored version, there's cassette, there's CD, there's bundles of two things together. There's a bundle where you can get vinyl, CD, and cassette. Like, why can't like we have so many hands in the pot, and it's like I know that Pop House is working with certain Kiss fans that have podcasts and channels and stuff, and I want to believe they're doing their best by vocalizing what fans actually want. This is one that I'm standing firm on. I want multiple options of ways to buy things. That's all I want. Other than that, do whatever you want to do. You can charge whatever you want. But if I just want a vinyl, because that's all I'm collecting right now.
Yeah.
If all I want is a vinyl record, just like off Soundboard, like I said yesterday or the other day, whenever we were talking about it, charge me $50-$60. I don't care. I don't want another shirt. If I want another Kiss shirt, I'll pick out what shirt I want. And that's another option they could do. You have to get a bundle. But here's 5 different shirt designs. It doesn't take but 5 minutes to make a shirt design.
Right. I mean, McDonald's can do a pick 3 menu thing. Why can't
Arby's
KOL
5 for 5 or whatever it was back in the day?
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Panera. I ate at Panera Bread. Pick 3 things. You pick 3 things. It's like,
give me 3 bread bowls, please.
You can get 3 soups. You get 3 salads. You can get whatever.